Hi, good evening. My name is Lindsay. I'm with Maiden Marsh Needlework, and this is our Flossmas wrap up. So I just figured I'd go through the projects we worked on during Flossmas that I worked on. So S is for Santa I worked on, and I just got a little bit on the bottom. I never made it back to S is for Santa. I used 699, which is a Christmas green, on 32 count linen, 32 count Joblin from Under the Sea Fabrics. So that was one project that I worked on during Flossmas. The next project I worked on was Turkey Time from our newsletter, our Maiden Marsh November newsletter. And I did get the floss on Christmas Day, the Dinky Dyes Mud Flats floss. It's a silk. And I actually finished the turkey Christmas Day. So there he is. This is a 28 count Monaco in like a light blue color. And the last project that I worked on the most during Flossmas was Holiday Horse. I did get to finish Holiday Horse right before Christmas, including the beading, and I had the back stitching on the eye and the mouth and all the beads. So this is finished, not FFO'd, but finished. And I'm in love it. So happy that I was able to stitch that during the month. And we enjoyed our Christmas, and I hope everybody watching has a happy new year. Thanks, bye.
Hello and welcome back to Maiden Marsh Needlework. I'm just gonna wrap up our Advent. The last couple of days got away from me and Lindsay. Actually, we were quite busy. My house got pretty full and there really wasn't any downtime or quiet time. So it was incredibly hard to try to record. Anyways, we're back and I'm gonna wrap up my Advent, and then I'm going to tell you who the winner was from our last midweek treat and update you on the stitching that has been completed for the month of December so far. And then I'm going to go into my 2025 plans. So here we go. For the Star Trek Advent calendar, these were the last three. I'm way off here. Let's do this. Okay. This one is Lieutenant Erica Ortega's, and her quote is, "I'm the pilot, just trust me. I feel like I know how to do this. And I'm the only one who can." And then the wine is a sparkling wine. So I'm excited about that one. And then the next one for day 23 was Communications Officer Yora. And her quote is, "Hailing frequencies open, Captain." And her wine is a red wine. And then, of course, last but not least, Captain Jean-Luc Picard. And his quote is, "The past is written, but the future is left for us to write. And we have powerful tools: openness, optimism, and the spirit of curiosity." And his is a Cabernet wine. So those are the three wines, the last three from the Advent calendar. I saved them, but I'm pretty sure they'll be gone by New Year's. So that'll be fun. Okay, next up is my cross stitching. Oh no, well, never mind. We'll do cross stitching and then I'll do the next part. Okay, so here is my Zelda. And my goal is to have it completed by February, or by mid-February. It needs to be fully finished by mid-February. I am 85% completed, and I'm hoping with this week, it's very quiet this week, hopefully. Fingers crossed it stays very quiet. I have some stuff to clean up around the house, obviously, but as far as like, I'm not entertaining, I'm not doing anything crazy, I'm not doing a lot of anything. We're just kind of decompressing, relaxing before we go into as we go into the new year, and then before we go back to work, which will be on Monday the 6th. So this is my progress so far. 85%. I'm moving along. This is 336 is the next one that came up, and it's the highest count. It's like 550 stitches or something like that. And so my counts and the colors are getting smaller and smaller, and I think I like it. It's coming along pretty well. It's pretty tedious getting through this part right here with a little emblem on the shield was, and of course it cut off because I'm keeping it from that. I'm going this way and I'm filling in, and as I fill in, I'm doing color completions. So it's not completely completed, but these colors, there's a lot of them in there. And up here, between those orange, yellows, and beiges, that took quite a bit of time to complete that 10 by 10 square, just because of how many colors came up. And they were like all stitches that were between 25 and 12 stitches, like 12 to 25 stitches, but they were scattered. And so those took quite a bit of time. This one I'm looking forward to because it's a good chunk. It's going to be in the water in the ocean area. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Hopefully I'll have that color completed tomorrow. And then I had a finish. Drum roll, please. Here's my finish. This is Gingerbread Cheer. This was our freebie from our December newsletter. If you haven't already, please check out the description box and join our newsletter. We do have a free pattern every month. It doesn't cost anything. It's totally free. And we would love for you to stay up to date on all things Maiden Marsh Needlework. And that's where it's at, it's in the newsletter. In addition to a free pattern, you usually get a nice coupon code that brings down the prices if you're going to purchase on Etsy. So this was Gingerbread Cheer, super cute. It's just a gingerbread look. It's not symmetric on purpose, kind of like that baked gingerbread. And then it has a little Christmas hat to go with them. So it was just cute. It was a fun little project. It's pretty small. That's it. It's a 40 by 40. And yeah, that one is completed. Yay, I had to finish this month. All right. Next up, you're going to see here's the picture of the winner for the midweek treat. Thank you so much for participating. I've already emailed you, and all I need you to do is respond to the email and tell me which pattern you want. Thank you. Okay, the last section is my 2025 plans. So I'm trying to keep it simple, believe it or not. This is I've already shown you my log on how I keep track of stitches earlier this month as one of the Flossmases. But this is, I went ahead and bought the Whip Warriors Cross Stitch Diary for 2025 for a few reasons. One, I went back to Whip Warriors, which I'm excited about. Some of the, it just helps me gamify cross stitching, which I enjoy doing, right? And so Whip Warriors is one place, and there are many out there on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Pick your place, even Discord. I also participate in a group on Discord. So pick your platform, and you can probably find a group where they gamify your cross stitching. And I enjoy that because I like to gamify almost everything in my life because I'm competitive by nature, and I always want to just better myself in that way. So I did purchase this. I do not plan on using the whole thing, but I do want to show you the parts that I have updated. So here's my cross stitch diary. I'm not going to use the whole thing because I have this part. I'm going to use my own thing. My monthly stitch goals or counts. I don't really have count goals, which is surprising because I'm always counting. I don't know. I just like to keep track of where my stitch count is. I would like to make sure I stitch every day this coming year. I did that a few years ago when I was working on the stockings. Each of those years I made sure I did a little bit of stitching every day, and I didn't skip any days. And so my goal is 1 month at a time, just making sure I stitch something every day, even if it's just one strand. In Whip Warriors, I joined the 25 and 25 whips. So if you're in that group, you will understand what that means. Essentially, it means you're going only stitch on 25 whips. And so I have 25 slots. You can see I left a lot open, and I did that on purpose. I have I have big pieces that I really want to super focus. I want to hyper focus on. So Zelda, as you guys have seen, I've been trying to semi-focus on that in the month of December. It needs to be finished in January. So Zelda is my number 1 and Adrift is my number 2. Both of these projects were started in 2015. So they're officially going to be 10 years old in the near future. I want to rectify. I would prefer not to have any whips that are 10 years old. I don't know why. Adrift, I have a plan for. I do want to complete it and make sure it's ready for Lindsay's 40th birthday. Zelda is going to be ready for my husband's 40th birthday. And those are my 2 favorite people, like two of my most favorite people in this world. So, I want to get their projects completed. Because of Maiden Marsh, I need to model stitch. And so 2 of my slots will always be a model stitch. And the way that 25 and 25 works is once you've completed a slot, you can replace it with something else. And so I just intend to always have 2 model stitches on the go at all times. And those have a little bit more urgency than some other things, but those 2 are my most urgent in my personal stitching, and then of course model stitching throughout the year. So this is currently going to be Coffee, Helps, and S is for Snake. So that's where I've got for those. And then my travel piece, which you guys have seen me stitch on, I usually stitch on dance nights, is You're in the Woods. And so this is really easy for any of those projects that I've tissue boxed. And tissue boxed means you start with one project and then you just replace it. As soon as you finish that, you replace it with another one. So I'm really thinking about categorizing and tissue boxing a lot of my projects. I haven't completed out the rest. I'm gonna see what I feel like. My first 90 days is gonna be these 3 or these 5 things. And then we'll see how that goes, because I know in February, I'm going to be participating in the S's for SAL, and all the details are down below in the description as well. And then, which S's for is just choosing one of our S's for patterns and starting it with us in February, because it's Lindsay's birthday month. So this is where I've started. I've purposely given myself a lot of leeway. I intend to not fill up all 25, but I do have 25. You guys saw, I already have about 50 whips already. So whips, works in progress. And so I'll only be able to touch on half of them anyways. But with Adrift, the major focus that I'm going to be doing with Adrift this year, I don't anticipate having a ton, but I do have space. 10 are like, okay, an event happened, I'm going to go ahead and go work on this project. Like, I'm already thinking about my chatelaine. I'm thinking about my chatelaine already. And there's a couple of pieces that I'm like, I'm pretty sure my pandemic long dog will come out. We'll see what else. But as of right now, I'm going to start the year off with these 5 and go from there. Okay. That was pretty long-winded. Also in Whip Warriors, they have the yearly event, and it's a scavenger hunt. I've chosen the medium level, and so I'm going to try to do all of those. We'll see how that goes. And then my Whip Go board. So Whip Go board is not a Whip Warrior thing. It's actually from Jessie Marie Does Stuff, and she has her own group, and I will make sure that these groups are in the description box. But Whip Go is essentially a bingo board where you put down your whips, and this is what you're going to do. So based on the fact that I only have 5 projects really that I'm focusing on, and I say 5, but they're like 5 categories essentially. I kind of played around with my Whip Go board, and I landed on there are 5 categories, and I've just kind of went through them and made them so that there's 5 slots for each of those 5 categories. So my first one is FFO. FFO stands for fully finished object. I have stacks of projects that need to be finished. I have stacks that have all the supplies with them and the plan. I just need to execute. So if FFO is called, I'm going to complete 2 products. This also includes Maiden Marsh products as well. So FFO, model stitching, a medium. So on my spreadsheet, each of my whips are assigned a BAP, which is big project, a large, medium, or small, based off of its size, the stitch count. And so if medium comes up, I will work on a medium. If a large comes up, I'll work on a large. If BAP comes up, I'll work on BAP. Currently, Zelda is a large, Adrift is a BAP, You're in the Woods are medium. They're all medium. So I already have all 5. And then, of course, my model stitches, which could also be medium, large, or BAP, but probably not. They're usually more smalls. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what I design too. Or what me and Lindsay come up with. Maybe they will be one of those. Anyways, this is my board. And so I have 5 categories, and whichever one comes up, I kind of wanted to stick with the 2 and the 5 for 25, 2,000 stitches or finish, depending on what it is, or 2 FFOs, 2 products. And so for the month of January, they've already been called. The large is Zelda. So I will be working on Zelda, at least 2K I'm going to finish. So it's going to be significantly more than 2K. And the other is a model, which is Coffee Helps. I chose Coffee Helps. That's going to be a nice mix with Zelda, because Zelda is very confetti heavy and Coffee Helps is very a lot of block stitching. So I look forward to working on Zelda and Coffee Helps this coming month. And then I have one more tab I just kind of want to show you. So the way they set up their planner is based on the games that are played in that group. So categories I plan on participating in. Focus and Beat the Modman I plan on participating in. Strident SAL I plan on participating in. I'm not really sure about Word Game or Whip Frenzy, but between those 3, I should easily get what I need out of that. So I'll be utilizing this tab as well, just to keep track of, and this page, the to-do list of making sure where I'm at. So I'll be utilizing these pages. I did order some stickers, so I'm going to colorify it a little bit with some stickers when they come in. So those are my 2025 plans. I appreciate you guys listening and hearing about it, and I will talk to you in the new year. Have a good one.